Welcome guys to this tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you very exciting subject, improvising with different rhythms. Earlier we have talked about modes, harmonies, melodies, and today our Total Organist community member Don requested a tutorial on rhythms, different rhythms. And we will cover variety of rhythms and variety of meter. And of course, a meter is the most fundamental concept here. Before talking about a rhythm, we have to talk about meter. And rhythm will depend on the kind of meter that we will choose. You will see why. All right. So hello Don in the live chat. Everyone else who will join later, say hello as well. And maybe you will have some questions, requests, concerns, anything. Thank you so much for your support, Don. Appreciate your virtual coffee very much. So, okay, let's talk about meter, right? A meter is a part of the rhythmical concept. There are three main elements of music: melody, rhythm, and harmony. And harmony, it's like chords and modes. Melody, it's melodic contour of the tune, and there are various shapes of it, of course. And now rhythm, of course, in itself has a meter, right? Sometimes rhythm, the composition doesn't have any meter, and maybe the meter is very fluid and you cannot even differentiate it if it's 2-3, 2-4, 4-4, or 3-4, or 6-8, or irregular rhythm, right? Meter, especially in modern compositions, there is no perceived pulse, parts of pulse, and we cannot really count the beats. But the kind of music that we are talking about, improvising, preludes and postludes and interludes, it's tonal music, right? Common practice period. And in all those styles, either it's Baroque style or classical style or romantic style, it's all part of the common practice period, roughly from 1700s to 1900s. Okay, that's this common practice period, of course, is full of rhythms and meters. So meter is fundamental concept to discuss here before going into rhythms. And of course, there are meters, duple meters or triple meters, and there are ternary meters, right? Which is basically triple meter, right? And there are compound and single meters. 2-4, for example, is a duple meter, but 3-4 is a ternary meter, 3-4, triple meter. But 4-4 is a compound meter. It's also double, but it has sort of two parts of the measure and two strong beats, 1 and 3. In 3-4 meter, strong beats are also 1 and 3, especially in Baroque period. Remember, 1 and 3 in 3-4 meter is strong. Maybe you were taught differently, but you will see why later on. 3 here is a strong beat as well. So yeah, and of course there are compound meters like 6-8, right, or 9-8 or 12-8. All these rhythmical devices, they have certain elements within the measure, right? 6-8 has two halves. One half is 3/8, 3/8 notes, and then another half is 4/5/6, right? And then 9/8 is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, three parts of the measure in bigger picture. Yeah, we don't count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, but we count 1 2 3, and in each of these parts there are three smaller units, right? In 12/8, for example, it's like 4/4, but like in triplets, moving in triplets: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like this too. And every meter has its own representative rhythm, and we will discuss that when we come to these meters in practice, right? So let's now start with the simplest meter of them all, 2/4, right? And after that will be 3/4, obviously. So 2/4. Let me show you the keyboards. And obviously it has only two beats, 1 and 2. And the typical measure has 1 as a strong beat and 2 as a weak beat, right? And you can have a variety of rhythms. Let me play a melody, maybe in C major, or maybe I'll do it a little louder for you. Registration window here. We are in Domkerk, Utrecht, sampled by Swelling, third version, Betts organ from 1831. And let's do registration a little louder because there is some noise. If you can hear when I move my fingers across the keys. Some of the keys are really noisy. It's because of dry humidity, and sometimes keys get stuck and sometimes make noises in winter, right? So obviously when I'm playing or improvising longer passages, I will mute the mic and you will hear only beautiful music. But when I'm teaching, I want you to hear both the sounds and my voice. So hence a little bit louder, a little louder sound. Okay. So now let's do a very simple musical fragment in C major in 2/4 meter. Eight measures, and the main rhythmical variety here was either quarter notes or quarter note and two 8 notes, right? Sometimes it could go like this. Right? More 8 notes, even in 2/4 meter. 4 8 notes in a row, right? It's still very simple meter, and it's very simple rhythm. Sometimes if you want a more active engagement in music, you could add dotted rhythms. Dotted rhythms and even 16 notes, right? Dotted 8 note and the 16 note is a nice group. If we want a little faster movement, we could have 2 16 notes and 8 note like this. This fragment was, of course, all 2/4 meter, 8 measures long, but I am trying to apply a variety of rhythms, right? Hello, Sean, nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. All right. So, very simple rhythm, but how about adding a simple harmony and chords to make it more complete? Okay, I'll play it for you. Maybe now I will mute the mic. Okay, and you will hear playing more of my harmonies and melodies and rhythms combined. By the way, it's like an organ demonstration what I'm doing. I could actually go over each of the beautiful stops and stop combinations and add variety of meters and rhythms for you to demonstrate different stops. Would that be helpful? Can you tell me in the live chat? All right. I'll then of course show the registration side for you. Okay. Yeah, let's try this angle, but maybe let's start softer. Okay, principles like this. All right, so let's hear now 2/4 meter in variety of combinations. Okay, so these were all combinations in 2/4 meter. How about now adding a little different variety of meters? 3/4, triple ternary meter, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 could be a strong beat in the Baroque period, but in Romantic period and harmonies, if I use Romantic harmonies, a little more soft, right? And you will hear a variety of rhythms like that. So 3/4, enjoy. So this was a longer episode in 3/4 meter, as you can see. Now let's do 4/4 meter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 3 will be stronger, of course, but 2 and 4 will be softer. So we'll add a little more juice and we'll be good to go. Here we go. Like this. Lovely. Thank you so much, Sean, for your virtual ticket. Appreciate it very much. And of course, music theory really helps because then you know how the piece is put together. You know how obviously how the musical ideas go, what you're playing on the sheet of music, you know how it is constructed. Not only how it sounds, how pleasing to the ear, but why it is pleasing to the ear. That's what music theory, harmony, and other musical disciplines come in, right? So I really recommend writing down your musical ideas. Maybe you have already done, Sean and Don, others who are joining it here. Like I just improvised for you in 2/4 meter, in 3/4 meter, and 4/4 meter. You could do the same, but if you are a little bit hesitant, one good exercise to do it is to do it on paper. Especially if just notating a single tune, like I did at the beginning, right? That could be your homework, actually. Practice playing single tune in different meters, different rhythmical configurations, without harmonizing, without adding any chords. And you can do it on paper, you can do it on the computer if you want, or you can do it on the keyboard as well. Playing on the keyboard, of course, opens up to real improvisation. But then, as Don says, you have to be precise in rhythm and pulse. You have to keep counting, and sometimes even with a metronome. Metronome is a good idea to check if you're not rushing or slowing down. Sometimes people imagine they're counting right, but when the metronome never lies, obviously, then you catch yourself being a little off pulse, yeah? Or another good exercise is recording yourself and playing back and see, oh, how does it sound? Is it in an equal pulse, in a steady pulse or not, right? And sometimes we are surprised how actually fluid we are playing is, just depending on how we feel and where imagination takes us, right? All these hesitations can be quite musical, but sometimes they could be not on purpose, but just because you don't know what's coming up next, and therefore you slow down or repeat things, right? So, but my idea was to introduce you to various rhythmical devices and meters, simple meters at first, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Maybe you would want to continue this exercise next week with more complex rhythms like 6/8, right? Or 3/2, yeah, 3/2 is a slow-moving rhythm, but in itself it has three beats, but they're broader beats, not like 3/4, right? Or 9/8 or 12/8. These are the main rhythms, but there are also 5/8. Right? And 7/8 and 11/8 and 5/4, for example, or 7/4, all these more advanced, rarely heard in tonal music, musical rhythms and meters. They are sometimes used, though, and very interestingly. So we could continue our discussion next week, all right? Next Sunday, about playing in different rhythms. And in the meanwhile, practice simple meters and single melodies, and if you feel up to it, add some chords like I did. And you can actually explore various organs this way. Like I did a little demonstration for you in Utrecht samples at Domkerk on Swelling. You could actually do this on a real pipe organ, playing short musical ideas of 8 or 16 measures long on one organ combination, on one color, and then switch to another color, and it sounds very, very convincing, beautiful. Not too long to overwhelm your listeners, but just enough to get a broader feeling, and obviously this sounds really nice when you're very fluent and playing non-stop, adding by hand or crescendos and diminuendos and changing rhythms as you go. All right, so thank you so much for your support, Sean, Don. See you next time. And with Dawn, we will continue our training today in Total Organist community. I will start teaching keyboard, prelude, improvisation mini course that's already available in PDF format, but I will start doing video lessons for this. If you're curious, join our Total Organist community and you will be able to do that as well. So thank you guys. Next Friday live stream is not possible. I just found out that we have diploma ceremonies at the church next Friday. Winter semester is ending, and therefore we have starting diplomas marathon. 2 weeks of diplomas, and Friday is the first one. And even though it's during the day, I could technically do it in the evening, but in the evening Osha and I are having organ demonstration for a special group of people, and we'll be busy there. So no Friday live stream, but if nothing happens on Saturday, we could do this on Saturday. We'll see. If I will have to check and decide if the schedule permits. I will let you know in the week, in the coming week, of course, on the community posts. Stay tuned for announcements about on the bench with Vidas live stream. All right, thank you. It's been a pleasure improvising for you, showing you all these techniques. Stay tuned for more, and remember, when you practice, miracles happen.